So, LOLZ, what movie are we gonna go see? So, we just saw Rampage the movie. Not really anything like the video game.
What is toy?
No. I like the video game a lot better, especially the original, but even the Wii and the 64 versions were pretty good. But I love how there's new, old stuff. Like, I wanted to write a screenplay for this movie a long time ago when I was LOLZ's age, because I would have killed to have a Rampage movie then, based off the video game.
It has multiple sequels because there's a lot of sequel opportunities.
Well, the first video game, there's 3 characters. There's Ralph, Lizzie, and George. But then in the other video games, you get tons of other characters. In this movie, we get the 3 main ones. We also get a little nod to the rat creature from those ones as well. Because there's a rat in the beginning, and then there's also a rat that survives in the end, which I don't know if that's going to turn into one, but it kind of heavily implied. If there is a sequel, though, what creatures from the video games would you like to see?
The octopus, because that's just ridiculous.
Octopus, yeah. I'd like the shark personally, but that's cool. There's also a lion. I'd love to see the goat though, because he's just crazy looking.
Yes, the goat.
There's also a weird cyclops. Not really an animal, but he's in there, maybe? I don't know.
Just make the thing fall by a dead guy's eyeball.
Yep.
Cause then the healing thing that happened, the whole seeing thing, just make a ginormous eyeball.
And they all kind of look like King Kong in the video game, where they're like humanly bodied like this. In this, it's a lot different. There's a mixture of animals, like the wolf is also a porcupine and a bat.
And then more animal-like, except for George. For some other reason, George gets this many powers, the basics.
Yeah, George is basically got healing power, but he looks like just a big ape. He's a lot smaller than them. The only thing different that they did with George is they made him albino for some reason.
That's why he didn't get any special powers.
He got... Yeah, because I guess albinos, gorillas can't get powers.
I want to feel about why he didn't get power, but that didn't work because, well, we know that the canisters are not the test version of it, is a real thing.
See, there's a video game and the bad guys is an office. They have a Rampage in there. That kind of breaks the fourth wall. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an Easter egg. It also causes too much problems to the plot. See, all of this is an accident. A canister happens to turn a lizard, happens to turn a wolf, and happens to turn a gorilla already named George into giant beasts. Them having a video game of that does not make sense. It's such a huge coincidence. Like, if this was on purpose, like if the bad guys purposely transformed a wolf, a lizard, and a gorilla named George, then they'd be like, oh, well, they were inspired to the video game. And in fact, they call this Project Rampage, which I'm only assuming is inspired by the video game in their main office where they hang out and plot evil things the whole movie. So if all of that was planned, that would have been great. I think that's one major change this movie should have had.
Yeah, this mine is the arcade camera and it's named it something like Project Skunk to remember that soda.
Can't remember what they're called in the movie. It's like Elementals or something. That's the name of their company. In the video game, they're called Scumco, which obviously they weren't going to use soda and radioactive hot dogs to turn people into things.
Yes, but you know,
I get that, but when they're under a little scrutiny and people who don't like what they've been doing, somebody should have like dubbed them Scumco. That would have been a cool little reference. So I don't know, there's a big chance there's gonna be a sequel. I like The Rock in it. He was hilarious, as he's in almost every movie.
What's this called? It's the year of The Rock, because he is everything now. He is our life.
Yes, if you haven't seen a Rock movie, then you haven't watched very many movies.
You've been living under The Rock.
So I don't know, I wouldn't mind a sequel. It's, like I said, not as nearly good as the games. It's got a lot of problems. The action is great, though. There's a part where Ralph the wolf is, like, chowing down into a bus, snout first, just eating the people out of the bus. Like
a hot dog.
Yeah, like he's sucking potato chips out of the end of a bag or something. It was pretty brutal. There is a lot of violence in this movie. Ralph actually bites a bunch of people in half, and you see their bodies in half on the ground.
If you don't like cuss words, you'll also watch this movie because there's a lot of cuss words.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of family friendly. Like, it's a good movie to take a kid to, but it's still pretty brutal for PG-13, and there's like you said, there's a lot of swearing in it, so it's not exactly a family film. Yeah, I think if you have a kid, though, it's a good, like, way to kind of get them into horror in a sense, because it's not straight up horror. There's a lot of funny stuff that happens.
There's jump scares.
There's some jump scares, but there's also a lot of silly things. It's got Joe Manganiello in it as well. He's, you know, from True Blood, How I Met Your Mother, and the latest Pee-wee movie. I liked him in this. He is tracking down Ralph with a crew, and that scene alone was really awesome. Don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, Wolf be brutal. It's also got Negan from The Walking Dead, or Papa Winchester if you watch him more from Supernatural, but he's gonna need a lot more than a demon shooting revolver or a barbed wire bat to take down these creatures.
No, I'll aim for the obvious weak spots.
I'm not gonna spoil too much, but there in the very end, it's a very epic battle between the three creatures, and of course, like a video game, you have to find those weak spots to attack. I love the action. I think the story is kind of stupid.
Bad.
The acting's not horrible. It's a little. The bad guys are very cheesy. Not as cheesy in the video game, but they're pretty cheesy. It's a fun movie though. I'm gonna say that. It's fun. So it took about 30 years, but here we go. We finally have the Rampage movie. And like I said, take your kids to go see it. Enjoy it. Don't expect a lot from it, but have a good time. Cut.